Today we're talking about a couple of racist cops who failed in their duties as public servants and paid the ultimate price for their piss-poor behavior. From cops who arrested a man who asked them for help to those who abused their authority, these are videos of the worst cops ever. Let's go to the videos. This cop here crossed the line during a routine stop in the middle of the night, and he should pay the price for that. Let me explain just what went down. This cop approached a guy in a pretty hostile manner, accusing him right off the bat of potentially kidnapping someone and hiding them in his truck. Now that's a serious claim to make without any solid reason, right? The guy, rightfully surprised by the accusation, asked the cop for his name and badge number, but the cop dodged the question, insisting they focus on this non-existent problem. As soon as the cop realized that he was being recorded, his tone changed. Reluctantly, and only because he was on camera, he gave his name. Then the cop asked for the driver's insurance, which the guy provided without issue. But that wasn't enough for this cop. He kept drilling with more questions. The first thing he asked was if the guy had any weapons in his car. The guy chose not to answer, which he has the right to do, all thanks to the Fifth Amendment.
And you approached me and asked me if there was somebody in the back of my box truck.
For safety, yes.
For safety. What did you pull me over for?
The domestic situation.
A domestic situation. What is your name and what is your badge number?
Jensen 18. You want to talk about what happened?
Yeah.
You do not want to talk about it?
No.
Okay. Sounds good.
Is Sergeant Gurleman on board? Who's
Shut your truck off for, please.
Who's on board?
Law.
Sergeant? Call your sergeant here, please.
He's up at the house. He's not available. I'm available. Are there any weapons in here I need to know about?
No, sir. Perfect. And your name and badge number again?
I already told you.
Which is what?
It's right here.
Jensen, what's your badge number, sir? 18? Okay.
What's your name? Do you have an ID?
I can give you it.
Perfect. Thank you. Do you have insurance, sir?
I do.
Perfect. Are there any weapons in here?
I answered that.
Hey, what is that? Thing plug in.
Soon. Night time is. Don't show me good.
The rich.
Yeah, for that.
Are you a sergeant?
No.
Are you? Are you a sergeant?
Get out, Jesse.
Call a sergeant here.
No. This is what you got.
Call your sergeant.
Come on up. Get out.
All right.
It don't gotta be this way.
It does. You ain't trying to give me your badge number. I don't know you're an officer.
Get out. Get out.
Okay, I'm taking my phone. That's me.
I'm learning.
You want yours on your chest, and I have mine on my chest. Phones are expensive. What are you gonna do? Steal it, officer? What's your badge number?
Over here.
Let me see your dog hit.
Over here.
I'll come right here. I'm in this camera. I'm in that camera, and I'm in your camera. You can't tell me to sit here.
You're in the truck. Okay.
Let me see your dog hit and what's your dog's name and badge number. What's your name and badge number, sir?
I don't have to get that to you right now.
Yes, you do.
Jeff,
What is your? You don't even call me by my legal name.
I don't care what your legal.
What is your name and badge number, sir?
Jesse.
What is your name and badge number? And now I'm getting arrested.
You're not feeling about it.
I'm not detained. I'm not being detained.
Okay. President, go ahead. Hey, guys.
But when the guy requested to speak to a supervisor, the cop just brushed it off, saying he was a sergeant, as if there was no one higher up he could call. Realizing the guy wasn't intimidated, the cop called over another cop for backup, thinking 2 against 1 would give them the upper hand. But when the second cop showed up, things could have gotten even worse. The second cop was even more aggressive and flat out refused to share his name or badge number, completely ignoring the policy that requires cops to identify themselves in uniform when asked.
What's your name and badge number? Name and badge number. They will not give me their name and badge number. What's your name and badge number, sir?
Wrangling it to 7 patrol.
174. 174 your name.
How would you think this?
No, I need to know your name, sir.
You done the badge will say.
What's your
Edible. What is your name and badge number, please?
I'm not being detained. You just said, why are you treating me like this? Get your hands off of me.
Look at how you're.
I ain't being detained. You got me handcuffed.
I didn't say you. I said you will not be arrested. You are the
Why handcuff me?
You better relax.
You all look like idiots.
You better
You
relax.
open up an empty truck. You're lucky I didn't have my padlock on there, or else you would have had to go and get a warrant. You fools. Fool.
Okay.
And you're on camera.
Yes. Yes.
They have me detained, handcuffed, opened up my box truck, empty box truck, Said their drug dog hit on it. No name, no badge number. Let's do this. What's your dog's name and badge number? Will you please record that for me? Then I will. Then I will. I showed him over there. What's your dog's name and badge number there, Terrace Trooper? Let me show it. Let me see that he hit on it there, Trooper.
It's just full.
This is my moving truck. This is my business truck. We got the biggest liars and blue-collar criminals are on. You don't even know what the laws are. Okay, not that. Uncuff me. Shoot. Show you what? There ain't meant to be seen in there, dude. Back down. I'm not detained. Yes, you are detained. For what? What is the crime I've committed? What is the crime? What is the crime I've committed?
You are detained right now on the traffic stop. You are in handcuffs because of the way you're acting.
For what?
Yes.
I just explained it. For what?
I just explained.
For what?
For what?
What crime have I committed? What crime have I committed, sir? Sir. Okay.
Possible domestic situation up at the ready, right?
The situation escalated quickly. These cops, maybe feeling outnumbered or just wanting to assert control, forcibly pulled the guy from his car and handcuffed him. The guy tried to keep his phone with him, probably for his own safety, but the cops snatched it from his hands. Luckily, the phone kept recording even as it lay on the ground, though the cops weren't in frame. You might wonder why they arrested him. Well, it seems they didn't know either. They claimed they had explained everything, but really they hadn't explained anything at all, and there's a video to prove it. From what it looks like, these cops were just bruised in their egos and ended up risking their careers over it. And honestly, I hope they did lose their jobs soon after because of how they acted. It's clear to anyone watching what really happened.
That's why you
And has to come up this. Did you listen to this cop? Or else you're going to get charged for the marks on my arm.
Really? I just double locked it.
The one. I'm just have a lock it.
That tear your phone back for that.
Got these handcuffs on way too tight.
Heard this.
Yes, sir. You want to see the marks? I'll show the marks on camera. Yeah, what?
Look right now.
Well, look, no, look. It's the left one, sir. Yes, sir. Only the left one. I ain't no flight risk. I ain't commit no crime.
Calls out to you as well.
How's that, sir? Better, thank you.
Please.
Sir. Trooper, sir, your name and badge number, could you tell me the crime I've committed?
Hey, have you got anything to break that?
No, sir.
I can smell alcohol coming off of you.
Okay, Daniel.
Yeah.
Laid down.
I can smell the odor of an alcoholic flavored beverage emitting from your gloves.
You beat the thing? Okay.
Now you know what's me.
You better watch yourself. Because I got this camera here watching you. Well, there, dude.
You got what's that?
You try to play me.
Getting that because we got
You're chewing bubble gum.
went back into. Yep. The boy.
You see which way the breath's coming out of your mouth with the heat? You see which way that's drifting? Come on.
Jeez. Susan.
There ain't nothing in there. Lean on the horn all you want to. Don't try to block it. I'm not being detained. You have me handcuffed. You will lose your job for one crime.
You don't understand. Go back over here.
Your name and badge number, sir?
I love that.
Badge number, please. 5. Thank you. This is a good officer. This officer took a little bit, but he gave it to me. These troopers and the dog. No.
Sit over here, please. Like to your birthday.
To it.
Let her another shot.
Listen.
A man walked into the lobby of a federal building and was immediately greeted by a worker who offered to help him. He thanked her but said he didn't need any assistance. However, a problem quickly arose when it became clear that he was filming inside the building. Despite being in a publicly accessible area where he was legally allowed to record, the worker told him that he needed to turn off his camera because there were people inside who had a right to privacy. If he refused to stop filming, he would have to leave. But the worker was mistaken. You can't just make up rules that infringe on someone's constitutional rights. It's like saying you can't talk in a park because someone wants quiet. Both are public spaces where certain rights have to be upheld. As more employees noticed what was happening, they all sided with the first worker, yet the man wasn't fazed and continued filming. It wasn't long before the employees called the cops.
Can help you with.
Absolutely not. I don't need any help today. Appreciate it. They was able to help me.
Will you please turn off the camera?
I'm just documenting like I took
You know
to.
what? There are people here who have privacy rights,
That's correct.
and you cannot record, so you need to turn that off.
Well, I'm just like I told Barb here. I'm just documenting the building. Came in to get a FOIA request form. So they was able to provide me with that.
Either turn off the camera, or you can, step outside the building.
Oh, respectfully, I'm gonna document the rest of what I have to do, and then I'll leave.
You're gonna call the police.
Yeah, they can call them. Then
They're gonna take you away.
We hope not. We hope the police don't come and violate rights.
Filming me now.
Oh, well, you engaged me, sir. You asked me. You started talking to me.
I am.
Huh?
I'm a patient.
Okay.
Go outside.
I'm not going outside. What, you think you finna intimidate me or something?
I'm not trying to intimidate.
I mean, you got up talking about go outside like you was want to, man. It ain't worth it, man.
You're filming me.
It ain't worth it, man. Go take care of your business and pay attention to what you was just doing at the window, man.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. You're taking-
How you doing today, officers? Pretty good. What's your name and badge number, sir? I see Officer Anderson.
Yeah.
What's your badge number?
317.
317. You, sir?
376.
376. Real quick, came in to grab a FOIA request form. Freedom of Information Act, fill it out, turn it in. I'm also documenting today, exercising my First Amendment right to just be in public accessible areas. Not making any effort to go past any restricted doors or anything like that. I try to convey it to a couple of different personnel here. They weren't interested in even hearing it. They wanted me, they saying they want you to leave because I'm recording it. Trying to explain to them that I have a right to do so. So they dispatched you guys out here, which is a waste of resources for something that's constitutionally protected. I'm sorry for that inconvenience.
What are we gonna do?
Well, like I told them, I'm going to fill us out. I'm going to document and get some more pamphlets and things of that nature to see what's available to the public, and I'll book on out.
What kind of records are you trying to get at?
A couple of different things. I'll fill it out on
Anything
here.
that pertains to you?
No medical records at all. No, it's not medical records.
Two cops arrived gearing up for a confrontation. Right from the start, they had the wrong approach. They should have informed the workers who called them that they couldn't intervene just because they were uncomfortable with a man exercising his constitutional rights. By showing up ready to take action, these cops were disregarding the very rights that they swore to protect when they started their careers. But the issue here was even deeper and darker. These were classic racist cops who seemed prejudiced simply based on the skin color of the man exercising his rights. One cop displayed profound ignorance by threatening to charge the man with trespassing on public property, which doesn't make a lick of sense since trespassing laws don't apply in such public settings. Then the same cop tried to justify stopping the filming by saying it was for the safety of others. Now this brings up a question. How could a camera possibly threaten anyone's safety? Accusing someone without basis and making vague claims about safety don't add up and won't stand in any reasonable discussion. It's clear these cops were trying to bully the man into compliance, using their authority to stifle his rights without any legal ground. This kind of behavior not only undermines trust in law enforcement, but also blatantly violates the rights they're meant to protect.
FOIA. Yes, it would be FOIA, not medical records. If I wanted medical records, I wouldn't fill out a FOIA.
I don't know what you need.
Well, yeah, so that's about it. Like I say, man, apologize on their behalf for even calling you guys out here. It's a waste of time. I'm in the public accessible areas. I haven't done anything nefarious. Don't have any ill intent today. Just want to be able to exercise my rights unmolested and go about my way.
You just fill out the form and take whatever pamphlets you want and log the copy of record.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, but I don't need you guys to babysit me in terms of me waiting for me to fill out a FOIA and document the
If
building.
they don't want you here, they can ask you to leave. And if you refuse to leave, now you're committing a criminal.
What's the criminal act? Well, you can't trespass me from a public building. Minus a crime. Well, if you look at, I was talking about the Illinois compiled statutes, correct?
But we can arrest you under our local ordinance, which doesn't mirror.
You know what? Real quick. So you have an ordinance. You have an ordinance in terms of trespass to public property.
Correct.
What is that ordinance?
You want the exact statute?
No, because I was going to get ready to convey the statute to you. To be.
Well, you're going to convey the state statute, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Our local ordinance.
Mm-hmm.
The
Supersedes state statute.
no.
Oh, okay.
No. The process of arresting.
Okay.
It doesn't mirror what the state is.
It doesn't mirror
So
it.
I don't need the same reasonable suspicion to arrest you under state as I do local ordinance.
Okay, because 720 ILCS
I-
521 states that you can't trespass on public property during normal business hours while the public building is open to the public. So, I mean, if you're going to, that's the law. I have a right to do this. Like I said, I'm a First Amendment right. If you guys want to wage war on rights today, then that's okay. Obviously, these young ladies here wanted me to leave. So if you guys ever talk to them, let me just put you on notice real quick, Officer Peterson. All right, am I able to finish? Right quick. So I'm not able to finish.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Okay, but I'm saying you cut me off though. That's rude.
Do you know the statute for disorderly conduct?
Can I finish first?
Answer my question.
I will. Can I finish?
Go ahead, finish.
Okay, what I was going to say is after you guys have a conversation with them and you guys continue to try to kick me out, you're going to be in direct violation of 18 USC 241 and 242.
The cops quickly figured out that the man knew his rights well, so they tried to salvage their image on camera. They claimed he was causing a disturbance, which was their reason for showing up. However, they couldn't back up their claim at all. The man had a video showing he was just quietly filming and hadn't disturbed anyone. Then another cop chimed in saying people felt uncomfortable. But really, feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean you can ignore someone's constitutional rights. Public spaces are governed by laws, not personal comfort levels. Cops of all people should understand this. They're supposed to enforce laws, not manage people's feelings.
Okay? You're definitely going to be in it because you guys are acting under color of law.
Okay.
So if you use threats and intimidation as an instrument to obstruct my rights, you're going to be in violation of the
I
Constitution.
haven't threatened you and I haven't intimidated you.
Well, you came up with trespass and arrest and all that, so that is a
Now
threat.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
You know the statute for disorderly conduct?
You tell me.
Okay. When you alarm or disturb someone, you've committed disorderly conduct.
So me recording can be alarming and disturbing someone?
Correct.
So the Supreme Court has already ruled that you can't convert a constitutionally protected activity into a crime. You just can't.
Okay.
You can't. I mean, if you guys are unsure, Officer Peterson, respectfully.
Do you have any business that you need to conduct here?
Yes, I just told you.
Okay, well, let's get it done. Because
Yeah,
you're
but
just wasting your own time, their time, our time.
No, I'm not wasting anyone's time. I'm the one that's being harassed, sir.
You're not being harassed.
Yes, I am, because now we have armed guards here trying to enforce your will on something that's constitutionally protected. Something you swore to
With everything that's going on here, so we're just asking if you fill that out, leave it, and
That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's precisely what I'm going to do.
and we're going to make them feel comfortable by staying here. So if you fill it out, then we can all leave together.
Well, Officer Anderson, respectfully, it's not about making them feel comfortable. It's about you upholding the oath you took, sir.
You know,
How you doing, Sergeant? Pretty good. Just
Claims he came here to fill out a FOIA and get some pamphlets. However, he's not filling out his FOIA. He's gonna do it.
know it's right here.
And he's been standing there while he came in recording. He's refusing to leave. Although they've asked him to leave, they do not want him here. We've asked him to leave.
So, is it Sergeant Fuentes?
What's your name?
James, sir. James.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Like you just heard your officer.
Do you get services here?
No, but is real quick, Sergeant, since you just listened to your officer, can you listen to me now? Sure. Okay, appreciate that, sir. Real quick, like you said, I came in for the FOIA, and I also came in here to document the building. It's precisely what I'm doing right now. I'm in here exercising my First Amendment right. I conveyed that to these young ladies, however, they wasn't interested.
As if the situation wasn't messy enough, their sergeant showed up, and it was clear why the cops acted as they did. He was a huge letdown, and it was obvious he hadn't set a good example for his team or corrected them when they were doing wrong. That's supposed to be a big part of a sergeant's job, to guide and to correct. But it seemed like this sergeant thought his role was just about wielding gain more power. To add to the confusion, the sergeant incorrectly stated that the man needed permission to film, which wasn't true at all. Everyone has the right to freedom of press. These cops were so off base, they didn't even realize how wrong they were. When you start messing with someone's rights and threaten them just to flex your authority, you're heading down a wrong path that could lead to losing your qualified immunity. That's a serious consequence for trying to bend the rules to suit themselves.
So they dispatched you guys here. Okay. My thing is this.
Let me understand. James, right?
Yeah.
James, what FOIA information are you looking for? Were you a previous patient here? Or did
No,
you
and that's what I told him. No, it's not about medical records. It's just FOIA in terms of this health department.
You gotta understand, there's people here that are getting medical services. Okay, so you
Well, I can understand. I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
and the
so
thing. You're right.
You gotta respect their privacy though too. There's gonna be certain areas that are gonna be restricted because people are getting medical attention.
That's correct.
Having counseling sessions or speaking with doctors.
And I will make no effort to go past those doors.
HIPAA laws, they can't let you document certain people's medical information.
That's correct.
All that stuff. So you got to be very careful about that stuff too.
I understand that.
So while we understand that you just want to document, make sure that they're doing stuff appropriately, and that sounds understandable. Work with the facility as well, though. If you're going to fill out a form, fill out the form and turn it into them so they can get the information that you're actually looking for.
That's correct.
But if you're not going to fill out the form,
I
then
definitely
how are you
am.
ever going to get the information you're even looking for?
I definitely am going to fill it out. That's what I was telling Officer Peterson here. I'm going to fill it out. I just don't want to be given directives from an officer on when to fill it out. That's the only thing. That's my only concern.
If there's certain topics you're looking for, maybe they can put it together for you so you're not just flipping through everything all the time.
Okay.
So if there's certain topics you are interested in, let me know so we can get that for you.
All right. Yeah, for sure. So you're going to holler at them like you said?
Let me just talk to them real quick,
Okay.
James.
All right.
If you got questions on the form, let me help you fill that out.
All right. These two officers still here. Glad a sergeant actually came because these guys look like they was getting ready to make a huge mistake, man. Probably a career-ending one. Possible. You laughing. I know you guys think that, when we file complaints, they go in the garbage. But the thing is, once I conveyed that to you, those laws are well established. Now you don't have qualified immunity. Once the laws is established, your arguments go straight out the window. And of course, you and your lawyer would lose summary judgment. So I know precisely what I'm doing.
Now, imagine you're stuck on a dark road. You call 911 hoping for some help to get back on track, but instead, some cops show up and accuse you of being drunk. Well, sounds pretty unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what happened to this guy. And it seems his skin color might have influenced how he was treated. Here's what went down. It was dark despite his headlights being on. The guy couldn't see well. He accidentally turned onto the wrong street and ended up getting his car stuck near some railroad tracks. Naturally, he called for help, expecting the cops to assist him in getting out of the mess. However, when a female cop arrived, instead of helping, she jumped to the conclusion that he was drunk. The guy was completely baffled. There was absolutely no reason for her to think that. All he did was take a wrong turn. But there she was, insisting that things didn't work the way he thought and that he was intoxicated. The cops then started insisting that he needed to take a sobriety test. This whole situation felt more like a traffic stop than a rescue operation, especially considering he was the one who asked them to come in the first place. While all this was happening, the guy was on the phone with his mom, who could hear how the cops were treating her son. She was understandably very upset. Cops are supposed to be public servants, right? Their job is to help people in trouble, not look for reasons to escalate the situation or boost their inflated egos.
Can you get off the phone, please? We're trying to figure out what happened here.
Well, I tried to make this turn, and I thought it was this turn. It was dark, and I made this turn instead. Long story short, is I ended up off the tracks, and that's where I'm at now. So that's why I'm stuck now, and I can't move back or forward at all. I was asking them to send a police cruiser. I wanted them to send me a tow truck to be able to pull me out, but I tripled it myself.
But it doesn't work that way.
I'm sorry?
Because you're drunk, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
I'm sorry?
You heard me?
Sector 3.
I heard you. But that didn't make no sense at all. No, I'm not drunk.
Okay. November, Mike, Quebec 53. It's a black.
Okay, so we do have. Alright. I'm on Meridian.
You have
I'm
your
on
driver's
Meridian,
license,
and
registration.
it's not a traffic stop. I called you out here. You know, it's for familiar rights.
It's a crash.
It's not a crash at all.
It is
no
a crash.
There's no victim.
Who's the victim?
Who's the victim? Who's the victim?
License,
CSX.
registration, insurance.
I'm sorry?
CSX.
CSS is the victim?
You not see what happened?
They're the victim right now? Are they the victim
They're
right
having
now?
to stop their trains because
No, I know black and white how it goes. Lord, I know exactly how it goes.
Ignorant.
License, registration,
Ain't no means nice and
insurance.
lounge. It's all right in there, but I'm not gonna give it to you until I need to.
Right now you need to.
While the guy was on the phone trying to reassure his worried mom, one of the cops approached him aggressively and started pulling at his pants. The guy stepped back and warned them not to touch him, saying it could lead to a lawsuit for battery. This challenge seemed to bruise the cops' egos because they didn't like being told what to do. Then they did something completely unexpected. They handcuffed the guy and arrested him, though it was unclear why. The guy was shocked. He had called for help and now he was in cuffs. Meanwhile, the female cop started making excuses for her and her colleagues' poor actions, claiming the guy was being aggressive, which from what we could all see wasn't true at all. He was just a kind young man who needed assistance. Realizing her initial accusation didn't hold much weight, she then claimed he was arrested for not following their instructions. She insisted that everything would have been fine if he had just listened to them. It's a classic case where some cops don't seem to know when to stop, pushing boundaries instead of providing the help that was originally asked for. They turned a simple call for assistance into a major incident over nothing.
I'm at Meridian and Jackson. What are you doing? Whoa.
She's pulling the knife out of your pocket.
Why did you just, no.
Stop resisting.
What are you talking about, bro?
So we just pushed her.
No, I didn't.
Victor. Are you kidding me?
No, I didn't. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I called you guys. And I said,
Actually,
call
you
you? Yes, I did.
Somebody else called.
I know the two boys that called you before school, and then I called you afterwards. Oh my goodness. So I call you for help, and I get arrested. That is crazy. You're the aggressive one.
You just touched my part.
No,
It's on video, so you get to say whatever you want.
that's fine. You're the aggressor. You.
As the person who did not want to provide his information when we got here.
It's all right there.
You doesn't work for me. I'm not your bitch. I don't go to your
No,
car and
I
grab your
called you
shit.
for help. I didn't call you to be arrested. I called you for help. I called you for
Well,
help.
here we are. If you would listen to instructions, you would not be arrested.
No, I didn't call you to listen to nobody. I called you for help. I needed some help. I needed assistance.
Here's another story about some classic racist cops who got suspicious just because they saw a guy with a different skin color than theirs filming a police car in a parking lot. They approached him, already assuming he had to be up to no good, thinking maybe he planned to harm their colleague who was inside of the car. One cop demanded the guy identify himself, saying they needed someone to suspect in case something happened to his partner that day. It was a huge leap to make. Just because the guy was filming, this cop was treating him like he was plotting something serious. That's a ton of drama for just one cop. He acted like this young man was a major criminal when in fact he was just exercising his constitutional rights. The guy, knowing a bit about his rights, asked the cop if he could get the footage from his body camera, which he's entitled to request. The cop dodged the question, claiming it was a complicated process to get the video. It makes you wonder if the cop's body cam was even on. Despite being detained, the guy wasn't scared at all, which probably threw the cops off. They get off on people getting frightened and backing down when threatened with jail time. But not this guy. He stood his ground, and eventually the cops had no choice but to leave him alone and move on.
It says you have to articulate a crime that either committed or about to commit or have already committed.
You don't know what you're going to commit if you're taking an armored car chase. So maybe we want to ID and say, hey, this is where we ran into him, this is what he was doing, so if something happens here, here's your prime suspect.
I'm being detained.
Yes.
Man, you guys, all right, man. This is
We
long.
can find out who you are.
That's unlawful, man. Is that a body camera? Is that rolling? Or that camera? Anything that's rolling? I'm gonna need a FOIA request for all that footage too.
Okay, well, you have to go a lot of steps to get that probably.
Well, how do I get that? They did the OPD department FOIA request, Information Freedom Act. No,
What's your last name, Floyd?
I'm being detained.
Floyd, yes. You already told you that.
You already know. You think you know who I am, so I'm just gonna let you think that. You gotta prove who I am too. So.
Why don't you help us out with that and we'll be done?
No. Am I being detained again? All right, I'm gonna invoke my right to remain silent now. If you touch me and the arrest unlawful, I'm gonna use USC code 177.
I said we can be physically detained, or we can stand here and be mano a mano and talk.
Well, I just asked you a lawful question. You know, you guys can lie. You know that, right? So.
Lie about what?
You guys are
You're
known.
suspicious. Filming this, filming a bank, filming things like that these days. That's
These-
suspicious.
Oh, you're that.
Whether you're planning on doing anything or not, that's irrelevant.
You're that day and age cop. You're post-constitutional age, huh? Well, duh, wouldn't have any warrants.
Hey, we should have story time. Remember that time we were out in Southwest and we took you back home? Remember that?
I don't know you, man.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know you.
Yeah, we were nice and offered you a ride and took you back to Southeast Oklahoma.
When was this?
This was a while ago.
Like, how long was this? Because I don't remember this.
Gosh, maybe
You want to have it on film?
a year ago, a couple years ago?
Nah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, okay. Well, just saying.
All right, man.
All right, well, you have no warrants or anything like that, so.
All right, then.
Good to go.
Well, I'll be staying right here and filming.
Okay.
Let's talk about two rookie cops who didn't seem to know the law well enough for their jobs. They approached a man who was filming the police station from outside, claiming he was on private property and wasn't allowed to film there. As proof, they pointed to some signs that supposedly marked private territory, but those signs were for a different area, not where the man was standing. One of the cops kept insisting that the man couldn't be on police property because it was private property and told him he had to leave. He even tried to throw in a claim of trespassing to make his argument sound more solid, but it didn't work because this man knew better. Unlike the cop, he understood what trespassing actually meant. The man then asked the cop to show him exactly where it stated that the area he was standing was private property and not refer to the signs they showed earlier since they were irrelevant. You could just see the frustration growing on the cop's face as he realized he wasn't going to outsmart this man or get any sort of satisfaction from the encounter. This situation was a clear example of how a lack of knowledge and understanding of the law by the cops led to an unnecessary confrontation. Law enforcement needs to be well educated on the laws they're supposed to enforce so they don't end up trying to apply them incorrectly or unfairly, especially when someone is simply exercising their rights.
Right.
Do you know what ESU stands for?
ESU? Not off
Yeah.
the top of my head.
You know,
Oh.
these are for ESU.
Okay. Listen, you're on private property right now.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
It's publicly accessible.
Private property, all around here. There's signs all around the station.
It's beyond there.
No. I'm telling you, this is private property. You are not allowed on this site. Okay.
It's public.
No.
Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act. I can be here.
You can't be in within the police station grounds.
This isn't the police station.
This is the police. There's a police van right next to you.
But I can access
I'm
the front
asking you
counter.
to leave, please.
I can access the front counter.
You can access the front counter around the side of the building. This is not the front counter, is it?
It's not.
No, thank you. So please
Have
leave.
you put some aftershave on just for me?
Please leave, please. Okay, you're on private property. You are trespassing right now.
That's a civil matter.
Yep, absolutely. I can also deal with civil matters if I wish to. So
And
please leave the property.
And then there'll be a civil claim.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Please go ahead and make a claim. But you're on private property. I'm asking you to leave.
Can you find out what ESU stands for?
That's got none of your business. So please leave. Okay.
I mean,
on private property.
If you can show me where it says that this is private property.
Okay, come walk round with me and I'll show you.
Since the first cop wasn't getting anywhere with the man, another cop stepped in, thinking he might handle the situation better. However, his attempts didn't fare any better. The second cop started by showing the man the same signs, trying to convince him he was on private property. But this strategy quickly fell apart because the man knew exactly where the public property was and where he had the right to be. Realizing his tactic wasn't going anywhere, the cop shifted gears and started asking the man about his activities that day and why he chose to exercise his constitutional rights in that particular spot. The answer turned out to be much simpler than the cop could have expected. The man was just there because he could be, and really, that should have been explanation enough. Feeling out of options, the cop then asked the man if he had any questions for him. It seemed like the cop was either trying to drag out the conversation to waste more time or trying to appear cooperative on camera. Either way, the man wasn't interested in prolonging the interaction. All he wanted was to be left alone and to continue what he was doing without hassle. At one point, the man asked the cop what ESU meant, but the cop stumbled, unable to explain. He ended up saying that his sergeant would soon arrive and could answer all of the man's questions. It was clear that this cop, like his colleague, was not only failing to enforce any real law, but also lacked basic knowledge about the terms and roles within his department.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but it is technically, like, I think, private around here because there is a bollard.
Right, but if it's private there, why does it need to be private property here?
Okay.
It's also publicly accessible.
Okay. What is your nature? Just coming to have a look around today?
Yeah. I mean, you can give me a tour if you like.
Okay, is there any questions you have?
Can I have a tour?
A tour?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you gone into the front desk and spoken to them?
No?
So you can go into the front desk and make a request, please.
Oh, I could do. They're probably not going to let me though, are they? But yeah, I was just, looking in the windows just to see if there was anything left that shouldn't be there.
Okay, just making sure. No, yeah, there should have been.
Because sometimes there's, statements or things like that that are just left.
Well...
Not very often, but occasionally
Right,
you do see it. There was some note up there, but I don't think it's anything private. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing with the cars, but yeah, it's just... Oh, I suppose I did have a question. And that's what ESU stands for.
Sorry?
ESU?
ESU?
Yeah, do you know what it stands for?
My sergeant's just coming out.
Oh, he might know.
Probably be a better question.
Because some of the spaces seem to be labelled with ranks. You can park here if you're a chief superintendent or a chief inspector. So this says ESU. So I'm guessing it's something unit.
However, instead of the sergeant showing up as promised, the first cop reappeared. Was he really pretending to be the sergeant, thinking it would give him more sway over the man? This time, he was much more aggressive, fully embracing his assumed role. He began pushing the man, insisting once again that he shouldn't be on private property. But all he was really doing was risking a charge of battery for himself. The man had put himself on the sidewalk in front of the property, clearly staying off any disputed areas. Yet this wasn't satisfactory for the cop. If he couldn't falsely claim the man was on private property, then what was his plan? He switched tactics between begging the man to leave and threatening to arrest him. It was painfully obvious that this cop was out of his element and didn't know how to gracefully exit the situation he had created.
Identified yourself.
Sorry, neither of you.
And you've not told me you're recording.
Okay. That's
Why
fine.
don't you stick to your policies? Why is it always ones with the thin blue line that don't stick to their policies?
Okay, my name's TPS Clarkson 27394, based at Aldershot Police Station. What is your name, sir?
TPS?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Temporary Police Sergeant. Okay.
Oh, is that because the normal sergeant's gone sick? Or?
No, I'm in here as a long-term position.
Oh, right.
Again, that's none of your business, though. Okay.
Well, it's just an interest.
Private property. Okay. You were in and around. Okay. So please leave the site.
But
please leave the site.
Please don't touch me.
Okay. You're on private property. You're refusing to leave the site. Please leave now.
I will leave, but I need to tell you how I got here.
I don't care how you got here.
I walked down the steps from the court, so there's no signage there. So to be fair, I couldn't have seen that.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
regardless of whether you saw it or not, you're on private property. I'd like you to leave.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying that could be something to pass on.
Argue all you like. Argue all you like.
I'm not arguing. I'm now in front of the sign.
Listen, I don't really care whether you're filming me or not.
No, you don't care.
Go on YouTube,
and it will, yeah.
Perfect. You do what you want to do. You're on private property. Please leave.
And you do what you want to do.
Thank you very much. Please leave.
As long as it's within the law.
It is within the law because you're on private property. Please leave.
I'm going to step onto the footpath.
Yeah, you're going to be getting off private property, okay?
Well, I'm going to step onto the footpath.
You're going to be getting off private property or you'll be arrested for breach of the peace.
And then I'll be going into the front counter because I need to ask a question.
Please go into the front counter. That is for public inquiries.
Is it open?
I'd have to check.
Oh, actually, there is someone in there.
Yeah, please
I'll wait
go
until
ahead.
they come out there.
Yeah, please don't come around here again, okay? Because you'll be arrested for breach of the peace.
All visitors must report to reception on arrival.
There we go. Public inquiry. Okay, please leave.
What's this?
What's what?
This black thing.
I don't know what you're doing, mate.
I'm just interested in what's going on around the police station.
It's none of your business.
Well, I paid for it.
No, you don't. Okay?
There's a... Oh, I think it's a knife thing or something.
Yeah, okay. Alright, go ahead and public offices. Please don't come around to the private area, okay?
I won't go into the private area.
Thank you very much, okay?
So, thank you very much for being a tyrant.
Sorry, what did you call me?
Being a tyrant.
A tyrant?
Yeah.
Am I a tyrant?
Well, I'd consider you slight... I mean, this guy was really nice.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, I'm not interested in getting an argument with you.
I'm not interested in arguing.
And you'll be arrested for a public order offence, okay? Thanks very much.
Well... Hi guys, so I'm just jumping in to do...
This cop approached a group of people claiming he received calls complaining that they were cursing and harassing others. This situation was riddled with issues. First off, even if they had been cursing, that falls under freedom of speech. Secondly, they weren't swearing, and they had video evidence to prove it since they were filming the whole time. And thirdly, it seems like the cop made up the complaint just to have a reason to approach them and ask for their IDs.
What's up, man? Who said we had an issue?
Oh, we got a call.
Oh, well, of course.
Sergeant, you guys.
What's the best?
Saying 539. That you're swearing obscenities at
Nope.
staff.
Nope. It's all been on camera, man. We ain't done none of that. People people lie like crazy just to get y'all out of here, huh? Yeah, tell them to show you proof of that.
Okay. I'm not explaining to you what the call was, okay?
No, I didn't ask you to explain to me. Don't be a jerk, because I can be one right back, all right? So just cut that stuff out.
Okay.
Cut that stuff out. Go fuck on there. Go on.
Okay.
See ya.
So I'm asking-
See ya. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
You're being a jerk, and I ain't talking to the jerk. I don't do that. You respect me.
I'm asking you.
You respect me. I'm not talking.
Is out here with this particular business or why you're here?
I have nothing else to say. I don't answer questions. See ya. Hey, we got a tyrant here, guys. We got a tyrant here. Got a tyrant here. You should have shut that to start with. Yeah, we got a tyrant on our hands.
Tyrant sergeant? Oh, is he training the juggling?
Yeah, tyrant on our hands today. Look at this. Wow. 3 deep. Look at this youngster.
How are you today, sir?
I'm great.
What you guys up to today?
I don't answer questions.
You don't ask the questions?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Oh, you damn sorry you come over here acting like a tyrant. I don't do that. Yeah.
My name's Mark.
I ain't gonna block the street, man. Jesus. Freaking crazy. I see you checking out my socks. Hey, there's another one checking out my socks. You want some? It's badass, ain't it? Huh? Come on, talk to me. You checking them out? You want a pair? Do you? Looks good, don't it? It might not look good, but boy, I tell you what, it feels good. It absolutely does. Now you're gonna go mute, right? That's crazy. Crazy. Oh.
When one of the men asked the cops for proof of the call, the cop became visibly nervous and said he wasn't the one who needed to explain that. This response only raised more doubts about whether the call had ever happened. The man then decided to push further by questioning why the cop left his car in the middle of the street, blocking traffic. Ironically, if anyone else had parked like that, that cop would likely have been quick to issue a parking ticket.
Yeah, he is butthurt. He's butthurt.
I was trying to be coordinated.
Yeah, he's butthurt. He's butthurt. Hey, he's butthurt because I said I don't answer them kind of questions. You can ask questions. I don't answer those types of questions.
He's not interested in representing
It's a
Grand
part-
Rapids
yeah.
police in a good light.
I'm trying to figure out what you guys are.
Why do we gotta have a reason to be here?
Oh, I didn't say you had to have a
Okay then. Then why even ask though?
You guys want to have a conversation? I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Okay, let's have a conversation.
Listen,
not the conversation you want.
Hey, I want to know.
I told you my badge number.
You did. You report here, man. That's it. I understand.
That's great.
You don't want to be able to report,
I'm trying.
Okay.
But you told me you don't want to talk to me.
Well, that kind of sounds like.
I think that was me, wasn't it? Did you tell him too?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we don't answer those types of questions.
What kinds of questions?
Well, you ask and then we'll see if I answer or not. I got a question for you. Why y'all block the fucking street, man? There's a damn parking lot right here.
Yep, I got that.
Well, but all of y'all do it, not just you, not just the next town over.
Yeah.
Why? That's why I just want to know that.
Tactically, we got to make sure that we're in a good position, that we're safe, right?
Well, at least he's answering the damn. Nobody would answer this question. Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's
Tactical reasons. Okay. I almost can buy that, but wouldn't it be just as tactical to park on that side?
More safe to be out of the way.
I mean, it just looks like a hazard to me.
I got the lights
I
on.
see that, and that's good. Thank you for doing that, because a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some yesterday that did.
Yeah, I threw my lights on, and I want
That's
I
awesome.
want somebody else to get in.
Right on, baby. I got you there, man. Hey, we're not trying to be. I don't hate cops, man. I absolutely don't hate cops. I hate tyrant cops. Your sergeant, they come up first. He's a tyrant. Okay. In my eyes, he's a tyrant.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you have that.
He got pushy.
You have the right to.
He got pushy. He got pushy with me when I didn't want to answer the types of questions that he was asking.
Okay.
Right. So, but when he does that, he's a sergeant. Makes y'all look bad. You know what I mean?
You guys know you're not allowed to.
Hey, we don't need you to direct. Just take that widget, take that. Go on, go about your business. Take that widget. I don't want to hear. I'm a grown man. I know how to live. Right? So go back to work. See ya. See ya. I'm not, man. Come on. Come on, man. Look, he's still doing it. He's still doing it. He's still doing it.
Y'all won't block in the driveway.
All right, go back to work.
He's tired.
Y'all said, all right, man.
He's tired.
Yeah, that's the tyrant. That's the tyrant.
But I did it.
Casey, badge 31.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hey, remember. We don't hate cops, man. We hate bad cops. I love a good cop, man. Can I get one of those?
Well, here's the thing.
Can I get one?
Here's the
You're not gonna give me one.
You
left me hanging.
You giving my sergeant a middle finger, and then I'm supposed to.
Hey,
It seemed the cop believed that the usual rules didn't apply to him, which is a troubling mindset for anyone in law enforcement. He even tried to turn the tables by accusing the man and his friends of hating cops, suggesting that's why they were challenging him. But the truth was, they didn't hate cops in general, they just disliked those who acted like tyrants.
Dad,
I got you. I respect you. All right.
But you left me hanging.
I respect you. All right.
But if I throw it out,
But right
you're not
now,
going to give me
I'm not going to give you a fist bump.
You're not going to give me a fist bump. Because you're backing his bad behavior though when you do that. Yes, you are. I know he's above you, but you're backing his bad behavior. You can make yourself look good and him bad. So you're back. I understand that thin blue line. I get it, man. Y'all stick together like a gang.
That's your opinion.
No, that's fact. You're backing his behavior.
You know, he left that window seat that on.
He left me hanging. I went to give him a fist bump. He said, I'm not going to do it because I flipped off the sergeant.
Well, he's a tyrant, dude.
He's backing his behavior.
You don't always have to agree with your supervisor. If they're wrong, you need to let them know
No,
they're
what
wrong.
it is. He's scared the supervisor's going to see the video and the fist bump. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is, dude. Come on. Don't lie to yourself.
Y'all stay together.
Yeah, don't lie to yourself.
Even though you know he's wrong, you won't stand up to him.
Listen, I didn't see him do anything wrong.
Okay, before you got here.
I seen it. I seen it.
He done it before you pulled up.
Okay, but I didn't see it.
Okay,
Right?
you can't
Pull him over and give him a ticket for no seatbelt?
Hell no. Hell no.
Would you wouldn't me, wouldn't you?
Hell no.
Over my sergeant with no seatbelt.
Yes.
He's
That's
breaking the
your
law.
job, dude. He's breaking the law.
Okay.
That is your job, to uphold your oath to the Constitution.
No matter who it
and
is.
not back up your tyrant supervisor
Judge,
and violate
all
people's
that
rights
stuff.
and not follow the law.
Okay.
Y'all
That's
love
the
the
point
law.
I'm trying to make, man. If you want to be a good cop, stand up to the tyrant
Exactly.
in your department.
Exactly.
And there are some in Grand Rapids.
Don't back the balance, man. Don't back the
That's all we're
tyrant.
saying, brother.
Like I said, again, we don't hate cops. We hate bad ones. The sergeant is a bad cop.
All right.
And he trained y'all, so y'all seeing this bad behavior, and you're not standing up for yourself.
All right, and next thing you know, you're doing the same bad thing
Exactly.
he's doing.
Exactly.
And it's a vicious cycle. How you doing, man?
And we got another unit out here.
What's your name and badge number? What is it? Mont. Mont. Appreciate it. What about you, ma'am?
Sorry?
What's your name and badge number?
Tompkins, 249.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you for identifying, guys. Appreciate that. No, we're just out here enjoying this beautiful weather, man. That's all I ask is to respect people in the public, right? We pay for your salary. Right? No, I know what you're doing.
Don't go around violating people's rights today, guys.
I won't. Hey, you guys are here to make sure we don't, right?
Absolutely.
You didn't have to ask me, bro. I love that.
But hey, that tyrant there, he made the sergeant. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like back-to-back cops.
These rookie cops must have been really bored at work because they decided to stop a guy who was just heading to the store. Casually, they asked him for his ID. It's unclear who told them they had the authority to do this just because they felt like it, but they really need to learn that their role as public servants means something entirely different. When the guy explained he hadn't done anything wrong and therefore didn't need to show his ID, the cops thought his refusal made him look even more suspicious. They then started threatening him, trying to intimidate him into compliance. When he still didn't budge, they decided to search him without a warrant. The guy, of course, didn't give them permission for a search, but they insisted his suspicious behavior warranted it. Even though this guy was no criminal and was merely out to buy something, these cops chose to interpret the defense of his constitutional rights as suspicious behavior. This scenario shows a misunderstanding of their duties and the rights of the individuals they interact with. It's a clear case of overstepping boundaries, where they used their boredom as an excuse to justify unnecessary and intrusive actions.
To a search.
Have you got anything on you, mate? Why are you being so obstructive?
I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get to the shop. You're happy to follow me if you want.
Mate.
Excuse me. Don't, I'm not a criminal.
Right,
don't
fella,
touch me.
Right, I'm going to stop.
Don't touch me. I'm not a criminal.
Right,
don't detain
mate,
me.
I'm going to detain you on the purpose for a search because you've been very obstructive.
I'm refusing for a search. There's no reason to search me. I'm not a criminal.
For the purpose of a search, okay? This is being recorded.
This is being recorded as well. I'm not a criminal. I'm not. I don't want you to search me.
I've stopped checked you. You've been very obstructive and
I'm
abusive.
not. Carried on. I've not been abusive at all.
Well, you're not abusive, but you've been obstructive.
I'm not. I'm walking to the shop. You're happy to follow me?
Mate, I'm detaining you for the purpose of a search. Right? Okay, under section...
I'm not obstructing anyone, and it's on
Have you
here
got
on my
any-
phone,
right,
so I'm not.
walking away.
I'm refusing a search. You've got no
Listen to me,
purpose to search
calm
me.
down.
On what purpose are you searching me?
Okay, I'm going to search
Let go of me.
Right.
Can you let go? Can you let? Because
Right.
you're fucking. You're holding me against the wall.
Right.
Get off me. Will you get off me, please?
down then.
Can you get off me?
Let go of it. Let go of it. Right, mate. You're going to be detained now for the purpose of search and
Under what?
Section 1 of PACE, okay?
What's 1 of PACE?
Section 1 of PACE, for any articles prohibited that may be on your person.
But I've got nothing on my person. But I've told you that. I'm not a criminal. I've told you that I'm not a criminal.
People do lie to us, okay?
That's fine, but I'm not lying to you.
Due to your behaviour, I'm just going to give you a quick search, okay? I'm going to take your details.
Well, I've refused the search, so I'm going to give your details.
Let me
what
get it.
What station are you from?
Right, I'm going to go through it. I'm Constable Mahoney from Smithdown Lane Police Station. You have been detained for the purpose of the search, okay?
Why am I getting searched?
Under Section 1 of PACE.
On what purpose do you feel that you need to stop me in the street and search me?
Maybe these cops realized they were in the wrong, but their egos were too big to just apologize and let the guy continue on his way. On the other hand, the guy was understandably upset. There he was, standing in the middle of the street surrounded by cops. Not only did he feel unnecessarily threatened, but he was also publicly shamed. When people see something like that, their first thought is usually that the person must be a criminal. Didn't the cops consider how this looked? Their justification for the situation was pretty bizarre. They simply claimed it was the guy's fault for being in that situation because he didn't consent to a search and was being obstructive. But someone needs to teach these dodo heads that they gotta have a legitimate reason to approach someone in the first place. Just because someone decides to stand up for their civil rights doesn't give the cops the right to label it as obstruction. Furthermore, obstruction is technically a secondary crime, meaning it only applies if there's already another crime being committed, which clearly wasn't the case here. It seems that the 6-month training period for these cops isn't sufficient for them to truly understand what it means to be an honest and effective public servant.
I've stopped to ask you details. You've become very obstructive.
I haven't. I said I'm going to the shop. You're happy to follow. I'm happy for you to follow me to the shop. But I'm not standing here like a criminal because I'm not a criminal.
Okay. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send a search. Have you got anything on you now?
No, I've got cigarettes and a lighter, what I've shown you before.
Right, that's fine, and I'll make a full record of this search and you're entitled to the copy, and we can do that straight away.
Listen, so we're speaking to you
right.
Now, we're not shouting, you're the one who's
But you stopped me. You've stopped me without my permission. You don't have permission to stop me. You're a public servant, you serve me. I'm not a criminal.
Fella, listen.
I'm not a criminal.
Mate, I'm not saying you are.
But you're treating me like a criminal now. Are you mad?
Calm down.
Calm down.
Get off me.
Calm down.
Please, calm down.
You don't, because I'm not striking at you. I've not touched you. You both have pushed me up against the wall.
All right.
Please.
That's why.
You're very animated.
Right.
Okay.
You're damn right I'm aggravated. I'm not a criminal and you're treating me like one. Who do you think you are?
I'm warning you now under Section 5 of the Public Order Act. Watch your language, okay? That
It's
is your
English,
one.
it's in the English dictionary, it's
in
a word.
However,
it's not profanity because it's in the English dictionary.
Offensive.
Okay.
So, it's not profanity, it's in the English language, it's got a meaning.
Don't
so
want to hear you swearing, you know what I mean? It's still early, there's going to be kids and stuff around.
Well then you didn't have to stop me, did you? There's no reason to stop me. What reason did you have to stop me? I'm standing here in pure suede, I don't look like a criminal. I don't look like your standard criminal that you go for.
Let me explain. You're speaking over me, so I can't explain to you. You'd let me have a conversation with you.
How can I conversate? Would you conversate with someone that's just threw you against the wall?
If you look on your phone,
I felt like I got thrown. You pushed me. There was. I'm getting held here. I can't walk, so I can walk away. There you go. That's force.
However, crowding the guy wasn't the only mistake these cops made. Just look at how close they were standing to him. The general rule to keep a distance of 6 feet was completely ignored in their case. They should have respected his personal space, especially considering that someone would naturally feel threatened when armed cops come too close. This invasion of his personal space was the last straw for this guy, and he started yelling at the cops. Naturally, they didn't appreciate his reaction, but what the hell did they expect? When you approach someone with such a negative attitude, you can't really expect to be treated with respect. Respect is something you earn, not something you can force out of someone. On top of everything, the guy had every right to raise his voice because that's a key component of freedom of speech. In the end, the police had no choice but to let him go because despite their illegal search, they found nothing incriminating.
What search? On what purpose are you searching me? Answer the question. Answer the question.
He's answered the question.
You haven't. On what purpose did you feel that you had to stop me?
Okay. He's told you the grounds and
no, he hasn't. He hasn't said anything. I'll go through the video in a minute.
With you now, all right? We're here for good and drug crime, okay? That's what we're here for.
And what makes you think I've got drugs on me? What gave you the...
I haven't said
But for you to stop me and search me, you have to have grounds to search me on.
Stop shouting, you need to calm down.
Now, if you're enforcing the law, you need to learn the law properly, don't you?
You know the law.
I am calm. I'm very calm.
You're shouting.
So, it's my right to shout. It's well within my right to shout.
Are you saying that I can't raise my voice? Is that what you're saying?
You can raise your voice.
Then I'll carry on shouting for as long as I want to shout.
What's your
I'm
name,
not a
please?
criminal. I'm not telling you. Am I obliged to tell you?
Well, we're the same.
Am I obliged to tell
if
you?
You want...
Answer. Am I obliged to tell you?
You're not obliged to tell me
Am
name.
I under arrest?
However, you're detained.
Am I under arrest?
You're still detained for the purpose of the search.
But you searched me.
I have searched you. Right. For me to record this properly.
But I don't want you to record it properly. Am I obliged to give you my name?
Well, so you don't want
Am I obliged to give you my name?
I've just answered that. No.
No, so I'm not giving you my name.
You don't want me to record this details properly.
You've got no reason to.
You know,
I've got recording here. I've got your badge. But on what purpose did you have to feel that I had drugs in my possession?
Will you be quiet for a minute?
No, answer the question.
I can't.
Exactly. So you physically broke the law, haven't you? You have. You had no reason to stop me, so you can't stop me and search me. You can't hold me against the wall and stop me. Am I free to go? Am I free to go? Am I free to go? Am I free to go?
That's the reason.
Am I free to go? Am I free to go? Answer the question.
Now we come to a story of some cops who approached a man standing right at the entrance of a parking lot in front of the police station, telling him that was the only place he could stand. Their approach was really unnecessary, but it seemed like they just wanted to flex their authority, not realizing they were dealing with someone who wouldn't tolerate such behavior lightly. This man wasn't the type to let things slide when he felt mistreated, so he decided to file a complaint against these cops simply because they approached him without any legitimate reason. When he asked the cops to bring him the paperwork to file the complaint, they saw it as an opportunity to impose a condition. They told him to move his truck first, and then they would bring him the form. However, the man showed he knew the law better than they did and wasn't going to be pushed around. He decided to leave his truck parked right where it was legally allowed to be and went to the police station by himself to file the complaint without their help. What else could he do when these cops were completely failing in their roles as public servants?
You're being audio and video recorded, okay? Just to let you know. More than welcome to stand out here and hold your sign, okay? You have that right. That's your First Amendment right, and we appreciate the fact that you're exercising that. The only issue we have, though, is that your truck's parked on our lot.
It says visitor lot. I'm visiting the police station.
You have no official police business, so you need to move your vehicle.
I pay city taxes, sir.
You need to move your vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like to get a complaint form and file a complaint against you for intimidating me and suppressing my right to file grievances with the government. It's part of the First Amendment is the ability to file grievances and complaints. Sure. You're sitting here saying that I can't park in government parking while filing, you know, I'm redressing grievances with Larry Hogan.
Okay.
He's in the government, you're in the government. You're telling me I can't park somewhere I pay property taxes for.
Correct. This is for official police business, sir.
Okay. Official police business?
Yes.
Okay. What was your name?
Oh, Sergeant Decker.
Okay, Sergeant, can you go get a complaint report or your superior, please?
Sure.
All right, I'll wait here on official police business on the corner with my sign while you get it. Go.
Yeah, we just registered the complaint with the supervisor.
No, I want to speak to the supervisor and file a handwritten complaint.
The supervisor, Sergeant Cox.
Okay, who's your supervisor? Because you're part of the party I'm complaining about.
Yeah, we just told him. He's ready. We just told him.
Okay.
So you're going to move the truck with us. You're willing to file a grievance? Okay.
I'd like to file a grievance right now.
You need to move your truck. If you do not move your truck, we're going to have your truck towed.
Okay, so real quickly, you're going to move my truck, but the other guys were standing there for hours.
They were doing work here.
They were sitting there standing around drinking coffee.
They were doing work here, sir.
Okay, they're construction workers. That's work for them. Quick question.
Okay, are you
Where's your paper complaint? I'd like to file the complaint now.
Are you going to move your truck?
Yes, I am when I'm done filing the complaint.
You will do that after you move your truck.
Wait, I have to move my truck before I file a complaint?
Come inside to file the complaint.
Okay, so
we're not going to stand here and play this game.
I'm allowed to park there to go in and file a complaint, right? Okay, I'm going to go in and file a complaint.
That's fine.
I'm going to go in and file a complaint.
That's fine.
Then I'm going to park on the street. I'm going to come right back out here, so you haven't stopped anything.
I already explained to you. You're welcome to stand out here and hold your sign. We appreciate the fact that you're using your First Amendment.
No, you're not. You're sitting here trying to intimidate me out of using it.
No, sir.
You are.
I just made an assumption, but you're incorrect.
Mr. Cox, Nybauer. Hey, you don't have to tell me how fast I walk inside. Okay, I don't take directives from people like you. Unbelievable.